Good morning. How are you? I am in Santa Barbara and leaving soon for Los Angeles, then Washington, D.C., and New York. So I'm continuing to answer your questions. Most of the questions are coming from readers of You Are the Universe, Discovering Your Cosmic Self and Why It Matters. You can send me your questions at the following email, info@jayo.com. Once again, info @jayo.com. Also, by the way, you can download the Jayo app and take advantage of a very good panel of experts in the mind, brain, body, consciousness area, experts in meditation, in yoga, in nutrition, on love, relationships, on and on. The app is free. It's called Jayo, J-I-Y-O, and you can also go to the website, which is jayo.com. Once again, your questions can come to me at the following email, info @jayo.com. So today's email or the question, I answer the questions in the order they're received. They're put in a queue. I try and answer one every day. So the question today is from Nadi Khatia Go, and she says, what are all the practices one should do in this life to be fully aware at the time of death, even though one is not enlightened yet? Can you please explain? Is it possible for humans to bear the pain of the body, especially during accidents, and still be aware? Okay, these are very good questions, and let me answer them to the best of my ability. I have previously said that there's a difference between pain and suffering. So pain is a physical phenomenon that is meant to be addressed. Treating the pain, just treating the pain without looking at the underlying cause, doesn't actually cure the pain. So while pain medication is extremely helpful in alleviating symptoms, one does have to address the underlying cause of the pain, which can be an accident, an acute trauma, a chronic illness, many things. And pain also causes depression, which then compounds the pain. So pain is a very complicated end product or end experience of a multiplicity of causes, and they all have to be addressed. Suppressing pain does not help in the long run. As the great poet Rumi said, the cure of pain is in the pain. Bringing awareness to the pain without labeling it or judging it or evaluating it, just bringing awareness to the pain is actually healing, because awareness itself is healing. Awareness is self-regulating. Awareness can bring about homeostasis. So to be aware of the pain with a quiet mind and putting your attention on the pain is going to be helpful, no matter what the cause of the pain is, which needs to be addressed. Now, suffering is, of course, when we suppress the pain, but also we ignore it, and also when it becomes the dominant experience in our awareness. And then, in a sense, you identify yourself with the pain itself, and that is going to cause a number of problems, including the worsening of the pain. In my new book with Rudy Tanzi, which is called The Healing Self, and it'll be coming out in January, we address this complex issue of pain, and also the link of pain to suffering, and how by transcending your beliefs and your thought processes and your emotions, pain can be actually transcended, which means you don't experience it. And the more you can go back to the center of yourself, which is beyond the mind, which is your core being, the more you make that your anchor, the more you will be able to handle the experience of pain while addressing the underlying causes of pain. Okay, so I hope that helps a little bit. And now I want to answer the question that Nadikatya asked, which is what are all the practices one should do in one's life to be fully aware at the time of death? Now this is a very important question, and I'll come back to it in 15 seconds and also address the question why it would be good to be fully aware at the time of death. For the next 15 seconds, send me whether you like, send me a message right here, whether you like the idea of full awareness at the moment of death and why. Okay, see you in 15 seconds. So here we are. Can one be aware at the moment of death? And why is it important? Okay, so if you practice awareness as the center point of every experience, if you ground yourself in awareness at the center point of every experience, which means you can understand that the real you is the witnessing awareness in which all experience is happening. The experience of pain, the experience of pleasure, the experience of any emotion, the experience of thought, the experience of mental space in general, which includes images and imagination, the experience of witnessing sensory experience, sound, touch, sight, taste and smell, the experience of being aware of your body, and the experience of the web of relationship. If you can be the center point as a witnessing awareness, with no labels, no judgments, no evaluations, just the witnessing awareness, then a point comes when you experience everything as a modified form of witnessing awareness. The point also comes that you look at the body as an intermittent stream of modifications of awareness, sensations and sense perceptions. You look at the mind as a modified form of awareness, as thoughts and feelings and imagination and creativity. You look at the universe, everything, trees and stars and galaxies, and the entire environment as modified forms of awareness. And then you see that there is only awareness, and that the body is a concept, as the mind is a concept, and the universe is a concept, and that the birth and death is happening in every moment of now to the modifications of consciousness or awareness, but not to awareness itself, which is timeless and therefore not subject to birth and death. So first of all, cultivating that experience of witnessing awareness will actually get rid of the fear of death, because you will realize that death happens to an experience, not to you. And that's very important. And as you cultivate that experience, then even at the moment you will be in the same mode that the real you, not being subject to birth and death, is eternal, timeless being. And it is the nature of awareness to be aware, so it recycles as thought and feeling and emotion and sensory perception, and we call that in Eastern spiritual traditions we call it reincarnation. But actually the real self doesn't reincarnate. Which reincarnates or recycles are the tendencies, or you might say, the recycling of information that has been identified with by infinite, non-local, formless consciousness. And it is the nature of consciousness to be conscious, and can only be conscious by experiencing itself as subject and object of experience. So somebody just said, who experiences death? And the answer is that which is the real self. The concept doesn't apply. And the true self, core being, is timeless and beyond birth and death. What experiences death is a thought. A thought is born and dies in every now. A sensation is born and dies in every now. A perception is born and dies in every now. An image is born and dies in every now. So fascinating that if you can anchor yourself in witnessing awareness, ultimately all that you experience is witnessing awareness, and one day that falls, so there is only pure awareness, the infinite being in perfect equilibrium with itself. But then at some point, perfect equilibrium is disturbed, and then here we go into the realm of experience again. So I hope that is clear. Okay, so a lot of people occasionally tell me that this sound is not clear. Is the sound all right now? And the image all right? And people have lots of questions. What about the ones we leave? What about the ones we have experienced before? And where are they now? They are wisps of memory now, as is all experience. Every yesterday is a wisp of memory. Every tomorrow is a wisp of desire. And every now is the arising and subsiding of dreams, memories, and modulations of the self. When we totally ground ourselves in this experience of the self, then we see that the self is interwoven with that which we call the other. The self is interwoven and inseparable and entangled with all that is. And that is the experience also of pure love. Pure love cannot come from deep attachment, because then that's more self-concern, self-pity, even ego. Pure love can only come from non-grasping and not clinging to that which is ungraspable and unclingable, if that's a word. So as we practice metacognition, having witnessing awareness to all experience, sensory and mental, even if you do that one thing at a time, vipassana, and then also witness yourself making choices, then you are home free. Irene Teresa, thanks for sending me your love. Diana, pure love cannot come from clinging. You got it. Pure love and non-attachment go together. Okay. Pure love is denied to none and not necessarily focused to one. Well, thanks again for today, and I will be in touch tomorrow. All the best, lots of love, and see you tomorrow.